Good evening, everybody. We got here a 1v1 mega random between two top level players, that is Villese and Yo. And right off the bat, looking at this map, it looks like a Scandinavia build. See if there's any differences as we look at the maps in a while. But let's start out with the two civilizations we do have. We do have in the blue Villese playing as the Bohemians, and then his enemy in the red to the east of the map is going to be Yo. I'm just going to speed up a little bit as we go through the Dark Age. Of course, Yo being an absolute legend in this game, has been around for well over a decade, if not longer, and one of the powerhouses. He's won 1v1 tournaments, he's won 2v2 tournaments, he's won all sorts of tournaments, and he's someone that can really be viable long term in any sort of engagement. And then his enemy right now at the time of recording, #1 in the world for 1v1 random maps, is Villese. So he is playing as the Bohemians, and both the players are going to start scouting around as Villese is pushing in deer to begin with. So what can we expect out of these players? Well, the Bohemians, of course, good cavalry civilization, and could always see some of their unique units, such as those Hussite wagons, or even the Hufnitze, if it gets to that point. Probably a little less likely for that, but maybe if it gets late game, we might be able to see that, as the scouts are chasing each other around. We do know that the Bengalis, being one of the newer civilizations, do have some unique technologies with them. We do have the switchable unique unit, which is always cool to see. Can switch back and forth between melee and distance attacking, as could see something come out of that. And other than that, strong elephants, very strong elephants. So both of these players will want to dock on this map. We might see a sneak dock happen eventually, but to begin with, just a regular dock. And you see here, lucky Villese, he will spot that dock with that scout, so he knows there's going to be water for the enemy. This villager is caught a little bit out, might get a bit annoyed by this scout. The scout deciding not to engage. As we continue on through the Dark Age, though, I do want to remind you both that Villese has also been around for a long time, and that he is a very strong player. He's just gotten to be a whole other level of good the last couple of years, really spending the time to become one of the top players in the game right now. We do see Yo is faster up to the next age, but not by a whole lot, as Villese has clicked up as well. So Villese starting the wall off, wanting to be protected, might be going for a sort of fast castle with these resources. That'll be a very nice time, and it looks very doable for him as well. Yo's scout is a little bit more weak than Villese's, so Yo on the back foot to begin with, and he knows that. So he's got a stable up, some scouts coming out, and I'm just going to slow it down to regular speed as these three villagers are moving forward. Both of these players are going to be on edge as they know what is coming out. And right off the bat, we have a watchtower that will be able to range the gold here. And as a matter of fact, I didn't take time to look at the gold placements, but not very good for Villese. He's going to drop his own tower in defense. He was up just in enough time, and he has the gold to click up to Castle Age. He just needs a little bit more food before he can, and that'll have to come from these villagers right here. Right now, he will have enough to click up, and we will see that food count go down real quick. But Villese obviously distracted, trying to force up this tower, and the tower goes up. Both players engaging back and forth, wanting this area for themselves. And the tower for Yo is going to be taken down just because of the fact that this tower has 4 villagers in it rather than the 3 of Yo. And it has a lot more shots on it. The scouts, in the meantime, trying to break through, deciding to engage here rather than try to risk going up to the quick walls. either way, the wall would have gone down. Villese is fast enough that he's not going to get caught out for that. And Yo now is at a position where he needs to be pushing hard. He's lost this tower on the front, so his push has not been effective as of yet. He's going to be up against a player in the castle age in only a minute and a half. And right off the bat, Yo is on the back foot. He needs a good engagement. He needs a couple good engagements as his blacksmith is coming up and a mill on this deer forward. We'll probably see another tower come forward. And yes, the tower is just out of range. But if Villese is to research fletching, then all of a sudden that will be within range. As 3 archers will be enough to push this back for now, plus the spearmen. So little bit of a tough engagement, but those scouts and some skirmishers come forward, and that'll be enough. This tower will go up, but as I said, fletching is now in for Villese, so big advantage in the favor of Villese in this engagement, and he is now in the castle age. We could get the next level upgrades. He's already choosing to go the crossbow route, so crossbow is coming in, and next step is always going to be get that next range upgrade for those crossbows, and that'll help out this tower as well. Fletching is in for Yo, but Yo is so far away from clicking up to the next age. As you can see, he's got some villagers in here in his town center, and a town center from Villese is going to just seal the deal of this spot of the map. Villese looking very strong as he has a group of crossbows moving out. Still not going to want to engage too much against these skirmishers. Of course, the automatic counter to spearmen and crossbows is going to be skirmishers, and that will be able to push Villese back. So Yo able to breathe with this great pickoff. Little bit of a mistake for Yo, got caught out a little bit too far as these scouts now coming in, going to try and pick off what they can, but not going to be able to totally destroy the enemy, as Yo is going to go for another tower on this side, but it is now 2 town centers engaged against only 1, and as I like to say quite often, this is the opportunity right now for Yo. He has the military advantage, but he has feudal age military. Can he run underneath these town centers? Can he engage? And the answer is likely not easily. Skirmishers are looping around. There are archers as well. And this tower is not going to be able to get placed unless his villagers walk all the way around, which they're going to do and risk it. This is a big risk to be building this tower with just 1 villager. Okay, he smartly declines that build as he knew these crossbows were coming over, and instead goes for his own tower right next to the one that he knows is safe. These 2 towers will be able to protect one another and have a little bit of extra protection from this 3rd one, and just a pain to be dealing with the town center being constantly under attack. So Yo back at home has had a very safe economy. He does have the villager lead as of now, but he is clicked up to the castle age, so that villager lead will start to dwindle away as Villese is building out of 2 town centers and won't have that idle time that Yo has. There's been quite a bit of market abuse being used from Yo to get up to that next age, and his economy is not looking the strongest. But we do have more villagers going onto stone. Yo might be looking at dropping a castle, and if he drops a castle at one of these locations and can secure a castle right on top of the enemy, that will be a big deal right off the bat. So Villese, lucky he had this back gold that was within his walls. If not for that gold, he would have had to been running forward for this one, and of course that's never where you want to be. The stone miners, of course, being on the front, will get hit by these crossbowmen, and that could cause problems for Yo further down the line, but smartly, Yo playing along, wanting to show that he's got skirmishers, he's got scouts, attack them, not my villagers, because Yo can't handle losing any villagers at this point in time. 27 seconds until the castle age, and once the castle age is hit, we could be seeing some sort of elephant units or just more skirmishers. We do have a little bit of variation from Yo, and we will likely be seeing a castle from Villese on the front, and there it is. Look at that castle. That is a castle that says you are not gonna castle drop me. Obviously, Velez saw those villagers on stone. He knew that Yo was thinking about it, but Yo is not fully walled here. Is this it? The forward is going down. These towers will be taken out by this castle, and now the crossbows are looping around. We do have skirmishers coming in response. Those will be elite, so they will be able to engage against the enemy very well, but still going to be difficult as both players are going to want to protect their homes more than they want to attack, and very easily protected from this Bohemian castle. We do see that Hussite wagon, and everything that Yo has on the field right now dies to a Hussite wagon, so it's going to be very tough to engage against this unit that has such high attack and just 200 HP. Look at this, these villagers falling like crazy. One villager down, might see another here. And the skirmishers at a mass right now to be able to take out the crossbows, but a couple villagers do go down for free. And the crossbows able to take out the skirmishers while the Hussite wagons engage against these skirmishers. But can it be enough? Still a lead for Velez. We have two town centers for Yo back at home, and this tower still being a little bit of a nuisance out of range of that castle. But Velez able to be aggressive, able to move forward. Yo might have to move to one of these backwoods. He has the stone right now for a castle. Where will his castle go? Because that will be very, very important as we continue. Of course, a mangonel, that is the natural counter to these wagons, so mangonel will be able to push them back for now. But that castle is going to need to be placed as a monastery is put up instead. And another town center on this backwood wants to protect his economy a little bit more and expand it at the same time. So both players will be on 3 town centers, and both players will be looking to max out their economy while still maintaining as much as possible. But we're at that point in the game where one big rush could turn everything around. Hey, one big shot from this mangonel can turn everything around as well. Mangonel is able to be very strong against these Hussite wagons, but this big of a number is going to be tough to engage against. Even with the skirmishers there to take up some of the damage, that mangonel is going to have to run back. And Yo going to be placing a castle, I'm guessing somewhere up here. Protect this gold, collect up that relic. The mangonel being pushed back, and the split even with the wagons. This is great gameplay from Velez, but another mangonel will be enough to scare him away for now. The castle being very defensive. Yo not really having a choice in the matter. He does set it up right here, not protecting really any gold or stone. This one's barely out of range, but the castle will stop these wagons from running into the economy. And so that is really what's needed at this point in time. Repairs are coming in on the wagons, but that mangonel is having to run right away. The castle is up, and will we see any of the unique units? Not yet. Looks like we're just going to see more mangonels, and there's mangonels for Velez now too. Both players are trying to boom up, but 10 more villagers for Velez. He is looking to work up as much of an economy as he can. He's got great work. While there was a lot of wasted idle time at the beginning with those tower drops, it has turned right around, and this mangonel able to be saved and be repaired. So really, Yo needs a good engagement. He needs to push out and he needs to be sure to be strong because these Hussite wagons get so strong when they get massed up enough. This castle is a great protector right now, but we again see quicker to the next age. Villese, and Yo is nowhere near clicking up. He is going for handcart right now, and there is a group of villagers forward. They're going to be dropping a castle right on the face of Yo, and with some trebuchets coming out, this will be very bad for Yo. Mangonels are up and okay. We're being repaired now, as this castle, he can lose all of these wagons and it won't matter as long as this castle makes it up and he can treb down this enemy castle. We might even, now that we are talking about, see those Hufnutse come out for the Bohemian player, because we do see chemistry coming out. Chemistry, of course, being able to be researched by the Bohemians a little bit early, and Imperial Age is only 30 seconds away. Yo really needing a push, but I don't think he's got it in him. He has 3 town centers. He's caught up on villagers. He's got a lot of farms right now, 39 within the screen at this point. Lots of villagers on gold. He's starting to collect up. He's on his way to the Imperial Age, but he's that much slower to the Imperial Age. And there's already trebuchets coming out. So trebuchets coming out of the front castle, unique techs coming out of the back castle. We've got bracer, so this castle will actually be able to range the enemy castle and take it out, but that won't even be necessary as the siege will be right there. We have bombard cannons now coming forward for the Bohemian player, and Villese is looking just so strong right now. Villese with this push right up the front, a trebuchet right there. We've got bombard cannons, and we've got a bit of everything, as yes, we do see the Rathas being built, but I don't think he'll have enough. I don't think it will be possible at this point for Yo to come back unless he can do an amazing hold. He needs time. He doesn't have the advantage that he really needs. All he has right now is the fact that he's going up to the Imperial Age in 1 minute, but in 1 minute this castle will be down. He's not even repairing it, trying to save it. He might just drop another castle further back here, try to protect his economy, but this might just be it. Yo is not even bothering moving these right off the bat, so he's running away. The castle goes down, and Imperial Age is still a ways away, but this castle is going up in the back. Will protect the farms, but will also leave this entire forward area wide open for an attack. And now we're talking 11 Hussite wagons. We've got bombard cannons, 3 of them. We've got a trebuchet. And Yo is gonna need something strong to come back, as he does have fish, but those fish are running out. So if he loses these farms, he won't be able to boom back into this game at all. One thing to note about Yo though, he is so strong in the late game, and he is just such a great player. As the game progresses, he continues to be strong, but nothing he can really do against these bombard cannons and these Hussite wagons. We do see Hufnitze coming out, so that just makes these bombard cannons that much stronger. The first town center goes down just like that, and Yo is on a back foot. He has castles being dropped, so he can't even run. He's gonna have this one castle. He does have massive amounts of resources in the bank. I mean, 2k gold and 1800 gold and 2200 food. That is enough to really field an army that could negate this, but he doesn't have the production right now. He doesn't have the ability. The momentum is all on Villese's side. Light cavalry are being produced right now, but he's going to need way more light cavalry than he can produce at this point. Velez knows it. He's moving forward with pikemen of his own. Gonna try to negate any sort of light cavalry that can be produced. The light cavalry, of course, getting the upgrades now. +2 defense is in. And the light cavalry, 17 of them moving forward. If they can take out these Hufnitze, it could give enough time for him to produce more light cavalry out of the buildings, because that'll at least halt the attack for now. But the Hufnitze are so strong, and if they run away, run in between these pikemen, that will be damage right there, and that's it. The GG is called, and that was just textbook play from Velez, being able to hold off, protect this area in enough time. And that is the reason that Velez is ranked #1.